Here are some highlights of this program.
Hello everybody.
Welcome to Brainstorm exclusive interview.
Our education should be corrected, adapted, and updated.
Live better, they can send their children to school because they can interact with their authorities.
Mechanics, electricity, computer science, innovation,
And we know that this brainstorm.
Yourself, after watching this interesting program, notice the final statement made by our notable guest, a brand new one. Hello everyone and welcome to this new edition of Brainstorm. A number of public corporates of employees and unemployed young people across the globe are simultaneously facing many challenges. On one hand, retirement, and on the other, job opportunity. On today's program, we're going to focus on this relevant issue, retirement and opportunity. We'll talk about the employees who are reached already the retirement age and those who apply for a job, but they can't because there is no job opportunity. Here on this platform, I'm delighted to welcome a man whose name is Yuluka Bamba. He is a retiree from the United Nations. Hello, Mr. Kabamba, and welcome to this program.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. But also mention that I'm translator and interpreter.
That's something very important, is just a contribution because you've worked so hard and you contributed to different levels of society, especially in Congo. But since we talk about retirement and job opportunity, I know that you have experience in this issue and you are retired since last year. To start off, what is retirement according to your perspective?
There are so many things to say about retirement. Retirement is a period, a phase in which a person, after working so hard for many years, for over 20 years, as an example, has reached some age, like 63, 65 for the UN, and then he goes into retirement.
So it's good just to give that explanation about retirement and how important is retirement for a public servant?
Retirement for a public servant, what it is, that's what you mean. It's after working for several years. You're 63, you're 65, you still have some energy, you go into retirement, it means you're no longer active. You're no longer working for any given organization. Now you are on your own. You have to rely on your connections and you have to organize other activities based on your field. I mean, in your field, like I'm a translator interpreter, I can still go back to the booth, be interpreting. I can still be coaching the young people. I can still go to school, learn, such as my case. I keep on learning.
When I asked this question about how important is retirement, you were amazed. But why should we address this issue regarding retirement? To be clear, specifically in our context.
Why should we address retirement? It's very important to address retirement. Let me say it openly. Because you are young, you're working, and one day you're going to grow old. And when you're old, you no longer going to have the same energy. You would need to take some rest, some break, maybe a longer break until you leave this world. And that is why we need to organize. First of all, we need to organize all the different phases before I start working. When I start working, and when I'm working, I have to know that one day I'm not going to be able to work anymore. I will be a retiree. So it's very important to talk about because it is part of our life. One day, as we lose hair, one day we're going to lose our job.
Easier said than done. that may be your case. You can find it easily. Take, okay, I can go into retirement. But there are a number of people, sometimes they cling this, they want to stick to their job even though old and reached their retirement age. Is it true that's why you wanted to address this issue, to help people understand how important and why they should retire when reaching a retirement age? Millions of Americans around the world, especially the United States, reaching retirement age sometimes face some problems related to it. Please watch this video and we'll be back.
Now to our continuing series, Retirement Ready. If you have access to a 401k or traditional pension in your job, consider yourself to be lucky. Nearly 57 million Americans work for an employer that does not offer a retirement savings plan. Tonight, CBS's Janet Shamlian takes a look at some of the consequences.
You guys are trying to get away.
A walk with Rosie and Logan is a rare break for Marianne O'Connor.
The puppies.
Then she's back on her laptop, juggling 2 jobs, sometimes up to 11 hours a day.
What did you think you'd be doing at 66?
Oh, I would hope to be retired.
And what are you doing at 66?
I'm working my butt off.
No savings, no 401k, not even enough to cover an emergency. She sold her home and with 2 other women bought a smaller one, living together to save money.
Thank you very much. How has that been?
Well, it's been a matter of life and death.
Roughly half of all Americans ages 55 to 66 have nothing saved for retirement.
Spicy, yeah.
O'Connor knew she'd be in that group, adopting and raising 3 children as a single mom.
I have a live for now philosophy, I guess.
How's that serving you now?
Oh, it's horrible.
You can always improve your situation.
For her and others without a nest egg, experts say it's not too late to make a plan. Continue to work, lower your cost of living, save what you can, delay Social Security benefits until 70 to get the largest monthly check possible, and avoid risky investments to make up for lost time.
The higher the promised returns, the more you want to do in real research.
To enjoy her senior years, O'Connor's gotten creative.
It's nice to not be alone.
Forming the trip planning company Kindred Women Travelers, allowing her to see a slice of the world, even if she's on the job while doing it.
What would you say to younger women?
I guess I would now say that they need to start planning as early as they can.
Financial challenges for many, tarnishing the golden years of retirement.
Yes, I know.
Janet Shamlian, CBS News, Cumberland, Rhode Island.
What does Congolese legislation provide regarding retirement policy?
Congolese legislation, like any other legislation in the world, I am from the UN. I know that there is INSS. We have Social Security, and I've met with people who were telling me they have to go and fetch get something at the end of the month after working. So it is as well organized in the DRC. Maybe people do not have enough, but it's still organized. We have to upload government's initiative towards achieving that.
And let's move to another question about retirement. Do you think it is compatible with professional experience?
Yes, indeed. Experience is for the entire life, according to me. We need experience while working, and we need some conversion of the same experience after working. I have worked, I accumulated experience, I work for the UN, as you know, but now I'm sharing my experience with the fellow interpreters and translators. I have to join the booth. I have to be with them. They have to learn from me. I have to share what I learned from the UN. And also I have decided to keep on studying. I have to share with the young people who have never worked, and I have to answer their question. So I'm there in the coaching position. So as you can see, experience sharing keeps on.
When I would talk with you just before getting on this stage, we discussed earlier retirement. So when you make a little point on early retirement, what is it exactly?
Early retirement Still, I have to take experience, to share with you what I had with the UN. The early retirement will start like at 55. When you're 55, you can request early retirement. The retirement per se start at the age of 63, between 63 and 65. There are so many reasons when a person can require early retirement. It can be due to some health issues. The person require the early retirement, but I don't know the case exactly for the DRC, but I think it's very, very important. It may also be for reasons of studies. You want to do some kind of studies, research, long studies, you may as well request early retirement.
So I wanted to know, you didn't even know precisely, because according to your research, you tell the age retirement in the DRC. You don't have any idea about the age of retirement in DR Congo?
I have seen people in the military service, they're 70 years, they're more than 70 years, they keep on working. I have seen even here at RTNC, people who are aged, who are eligible for retirement, they're not going. We cannot sit and be blaming the government for everything. It's due to lack of financial resources, because it takes some financial resources to send somebody into retirement. A lot of money and many other things to do. And I would say that for the DRC, it is sometimes difficult. But I also see people going into retirement when time arrives exactly at that time. I've got colleagues who work for SNEL. I got colleagues who work for many enterprise companies, but they are now retirees, and that happened on time. And we do applaud. But for many cases, I'm sorry, people keep working, and I'm very sad when I meet with people like that. I would say, but they are supposed to stay home. Why do they keep working?
So what is the advantage of early retirement? Then to wait till someone reaches the age of retirement or retirement age. What is the advantage of early retirement?
The advantage of early retirement, my own case, I can still keep on studying. I'm furthering my studies. I even want another doctoral degree. I'm heading for a doctoral degree, and I would need another one. It's very possible. And I said I studied biology and chemistry. Now I want to go into public health. Why shouldn't I have a doctoral degree there? Let me try. I'm still strong. Aren't I?
That's really nice experience from your own. Since we're talking about early retirement, please take a look at this video about Kevin talking about early retirement. Does it really work?
This whole idea of financial independence, retire early, doesn't work. Let me tell you why. It happened to me. On the sale of my first company, I achieved great liquidity, and I thought to myself, hey, I'm 36, I can retire now. I retired for 3 years. I was bored out of my mind. Working is not just about money. People don't understand this very often until they stop working. Work defines who you are. It provides a place where you're social with people. It gives you interaction with people all day long in an interesting way. It even helps you live longer and is very, very good for brain health. Staying stimulated is how people live into their 90s. I'm not kidding. So when am I retiring? Never, never. I don't know where I'm going after I'm dead, but I'll be working when I get there too.
All right, now we shift to job opportunity. So who should be qualified for a job opportunity? A college graduate or professionally trained intern?
College graduate need practical training. We organized a forum at University UPenn. We organized it, and Professor Ayupar of UNIKIN said it's important to combine both theories and practice. So theories is very important. Practical training is very important. I think we need to change things in the DRC. When somebody starts going to university, I think right from the first year, he needs practical training. He needs internship. I would even recommend internship for every year. So that leads somebody to job opportunities. Otherwise, I don't see why. Even the reason for going to the university or to college.
So actually, what role do you play when it comes to training students for job opportunity as a retiree?
Oh yeah, as a retiree, first I need to explain to him, listen guy, you need to study hard. Study hard is very important because people must see that you really studied. And you were not cheating, while sitting at school, being at school, you were not cheating. Number two, you need some practical training. You need to heed advice. When you start working, you need to preserve some core values. Core values, honesty. You won't go and cheat somebody's money where you're working. You won't always venture to be at your office very late, an hour late, 2 hours late. You won't be absent from your office without any serious reason. And while at work, you have to work 8 hours. Listen, 8 hours. You need to deserve confidence, trust from your supervisors in order to get promotion. Look, for several years, I would recommend rating every year, evaluation of the staff. Listen, young man, your evaluation should be outstanding. When you accumulate the outstanding performance, then when you go into retirement, some parties will be organized for you because you've been loyal staff member, because you've been highly performing staff member. That will be great. And then you're happy.
Without slamming the government or the states, what should be the role of the state as regards retirements for the public servants?
Government has got a lot to do. Please, if I have to speak to the government officials, please don't keep people too long working beyond their retirement age. That is very bad, and that is a sin. Please honor your people when they go into retirement. Make their life easier. Let them have whatever it takes in terms of financial resources. Give them medical care and make them useful to their family to be able to take care of their family, their children, the grandchildren, and also to survive. They might even be given a chance to study. Like in my case, I'm sitting with the young people at the university because I can afford. Make your people able to get what they want and good memories for the time they work, what they accumulated, that when they look at their hand, they're not empty, but they have full hands.
That was for the state, but now when look at young people hunting for a job, what kind of advice could you provide them? As a retiree, what kind of advice could you provide young people hunting for a job?
Yeah, those young people who need a job, what I'll tell them, young man, it's good for you to work. That's why I'm telling the government to give more jobs to the young people. And then you young people, when you have your job, please preserve. Please learn what are the core values. Please listen, hear the advice, how to preserve your job. And also be ready to diversify it and be prepared for conversion or reconversion to something else. That's what accumulate experience. Don't waste your time. Learn, accumulate your experience. Life is a learning process.
Young people who are looking for a job, and though they need to find one, they need some policies of employment or some strategies to implement in order to be successful. Please take a look at this video and we'll be back.
Youth are typically eager to embark on a career journey, but often lack the on-the-job and soft skills required. Entry-level jobs often require a minimum of 3 years' experience. This means that youth struggles to find real opportunities to gain the experience they require. Those looking to start their own businesses may also lack the startup capital needed to realize their business goals. It is therefore no surprise that 3 elements are crucial in supporting young people in accessing jobs. 1. Skills training. 2. Financial support. And 3. Work experience. Supporting youth in these 3 areas will go a long way in helping them access the job market that they need. Let's consider some youth employment strategies. 1. Make businesses aware of the benefits of hiring young people. Employing youth means that a business can prepare, mentor, and secure its workforce for the future. 2. Governments can provide incentives, like business tax benefits, to encourage employers to hire young people. Thereby, businesses are rewarded, whilst young talent gains valuable work experience. 3. Organizations can encourage entrepreneurial thinking by giving youth opportunities to try new ideas and by providing young employees with resources to implement these. 4. Youth education programs can develop business, technical, and life skills. Teaching the youth to adapt to changes in climate, economy, or society will also allow them to think out of the box and come up with innovative strategies. 5. Offer on-the-job training to provide youth with employment and also to give them that valuable work experience. This benefits companies too, as it helps build a skilled workforce. 6. Embrace cross-generational mentoring. Diverse teams are often better at innovating ideas, solving problems, and productivity because different generations share their skills, experience, and fresh ideas. 7. Provide startup hubs to help counter the common challenges faced by startups. For example, internet connectivity and resources like computers and other equipment will provide an economical and supportive environment. And finally, encourage youth to utilize the internet to advance their skills and knowledge in order to prepare them for employment. This can give them vital background and increase their chances of securing employment.
Now, there is another question just before we land. Is the future of public administration bleak in the DRC, with many cases of retirement and few job opportunity?
Bleak, so many people say, I'm afraid, I gotta travel, I have to go abroad because the future is bleak or looks bleak. I don't look at things that way. For me, I'm pushing people to take the right decision. And when we start making the right decision, then in future somewhere we'll be surprised with development, with progress, with the right approach, with good things, and we will start applauding. And we will start singing the right songs for God. Now we're singing, I don't even see where we should be. Working, we're singing, dancing too much. But at that time, we would be singing, dancing, because we'll be doing the right thing, and then good things will coming our way, and we will be applauding the Lord even better.
Mr. Kabamba, thank you for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We are thrilled that you know that there was a wonderful conversation on this issue, retirement and job opportunity, not only around the world, but also in the Democratic Republic of Congo. We are happy that you were many to watch this program, and this is not all. In the days ahead, we'll be discussing other relevant issues, so stay tuned on the next our second national channel. Bye. Here are some highlights of this program.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Brainstorm exclusive interview.
Our education should be corrected, adapted, and updated.
Live better, they can send their children to school because they can interact with their authorities.
Mechanics, electricity, computer science, innovation, yeah.
And we know that this brainstorm.
You yourself, after watching this interesting program, notice the final statement made by our notable guest, a brand new one.